Alright, let's take a look at this video game that's not Dead by Daylight. For those who have no idea what's going on, this is Star Control 2. What's up, Twitchaholic? I'm hoping this will be the last Star Control stream. Not because I don't like playing this game, I love the fuck out of it, but we've been at it for quite some time, so I'm hoping to wrap things up tonight. Despite saying that, I would like to roll the intro. For anyone who is wandering in going like, what the fuck is this? Because it's a pretty cool cinematic. Stellaris stream when? Oh god. Oh god. Stellaris has already done far too much damage to my sleep schedule. A fresh McLean? Do you mean for my Twitter profile picture? My fresh new hexagonal Twitter profile picture? Oh, you mean like just McLean? Well, just McLean was taken. And then I am told that I could try to appeal to Twitch directly to be like, hey, I'm obviously the original McLean, and whoever is sitting on the name right now is not using it, so you should give it to me. But tell you what, the yep is growing on me in a way I can't really explain. Oh, you guys want to see the Star Control intro? See? Nightbot's into it.
Nurse. Flashlight. We got it, baby. Isn't that sick?
Blame Sip.
Yo, Penis. Thank you so much for the 38 months. It was so nice to see you on stream today. I watched the whole thing. I was watching live. I was inspired today. I thought it was really good. Since I wasn't like on it, I had more time to read the Twitch chat during the stream. Devstream Twitch chat is the worst. Just the absolute scum of the universe. Really worse than I remembered. Hello, Travis. Here as expected, thank you. "1v1 Cowshed" was so good. I really appreciated that. Anyway, I thought it was good. I was actually surprised at the amount of answers that we were able to squeeze out. Like, I know like the meme amongst those who watch the dev streams is that all that the devs ever say is soon, and they have nothing to say, and they pick the worst questions, and why even bother? But like, that's not how it looked to me at all. I'm like, oh, like those are the real questions that people actually asked, and they were able to offer real answers to quite a few of them. Like, what are you doing about these perks that are, you know, the things that we currently complain about, and like which characters are going to be looked at next, and like specifics about how like optimization is going, and like a reiteration on like why MMR works the way that it does. I don't know. I thought it was really good. You think Earthling cruisers have a good matchup on Irkwan if you can get Planet Whip going? I've read that. That's like what internet strategy guides tell me, but I feel like if I get anywhere near a planet in a match of Super Melee, I'd die.
Flashlight. We got it, baby. Isn't that sick?
Honey Bear's question was clearly the most important. Blame Naya.
Yo, what's up, Leaf? Thank you for the 19. Which one was Honey Bear's? Ah. Yes. Have we done like a community poll yet about whether we want shirtless Myers or shirtless Felix more? Do I think that my opinion might be a former bias? I think that I have a lot more perspective as somebody who has worked on the game about what can and can't be talked about, and knowing that, like how much information is actually shared and how valuable that information is. And based on what I know, I thought it was a real good stream that shared a lot of useful information. Oh yeah, we even got updated killer stats. And then like I hop off and I see content creators are like, nothing in the stream again, behavior, why'd you even bother? I'm like, do you guys watch the same stream I watched? August 4th, 2157. We are actually in the end game. Vela. Wait, what? Where are we right now? Thank you for the posture checks, Neckervin. I'm actually standing right now, which is the best posture check of all, but thank you. I don't remember what was going on here, or why I'm in the Vela system, why there's one Irkwan ship in front of a sleigh-shielded planet. Why was I here? Thank you for the hydration. I brought, hopefully, sufficient water today. Unless you guys decide to drown me again. Thank you, Snecko. I'm sure your hat is cool, too. Okay. Let's take a look at what we've got in the old inventory. We have the Sun Device. We have Shofixty Maidens. Does that mean we haven't dropped off the Maidens yet? Shit. I've got the shield. Is this really my latest save? No. Yeah, so okay. We have a save October 16th, 2157. Where I am... Where the fuck am I? I'm zipping out of Umga space. Did I get the Hypercaster? Alright, we got the Talking Pet. We got the Sun Device. We got the Rosy Sphere. We got the... Ah, yes, we got the Burbixi's Caster. Okay, we got the stuff, guys. We've got the stuff. All we're missing is the Aqua Helix because I don't want to piss off the Thordash. I have dropped off the Shofixty Maidens. The Shofixty race is busy repopulating itself. Oh man, Peanuts, I feel that so badly. Every time I come back to a fucking game, I'm like, what? Where am I? Who is this? What the fuck is going on? So many games I have not finished because I'm just like, I don't fucking remember what was happening in this one. Okay, so I know what I wanted to do. So in the previous stream, which I'm sure you guys all watched the VOD of, I dealt with what was happening in Umga space. The Umga, or evil blobbies, are a race of pranksters who love to biogenetically engineer stuff. And they recently got their hands on this thing. This is a Irkwan Talking Pet. Can I use it?
Captain, the payload device on board this vessel is giving me a headache. Please remove it. Now, Captain. It is foolish to resist. It remains more effective than I thought. You're still able to disobey. Ah, well. What can I do for you, Captain?
So, this ugly fucker is a Irkwan Talking Pet. The Irkwan are the big bads of this game. And they were just there to translate into various languages. But it turns out, as we learn in this game, deep in the Irkwan's history, this race used to be called something called the Ninyari, and they had enslaved the Irkwan for, I don't know, thousands and thousands of years because they have telepathic powers. And once the Irkwan finally broke free, they genetically engineered them to be stupid and just used them as talking pets for thousands of years as retribution. Unfortunately, the evil Oomga Blobbies accidentally made this guy intelligent again, so he's been up to no good. Luckily, I have that rocky shield imajig, which he hates so much, which protects us. So he's our talking pet now. I didn't realize that you could use this thing to talk to him and ask him to blow stuff up for you. That's new. How's it going down there in the cargo bay?
It is cold and empty. I could use a thermal blanket. Since it is incredibly boring down here, I am using the opportunity to try and get some sleep.
I also think that this guy has some of the best voice acting in the game, which is a tall order because this game is full of absolutely top-notch voice acting. 1992, by the way. What do you suggest I do now, Dinyari? He's going to tell me to take off my Tailo shield again, isn't he?
The first thing I do is to make sure I had a strong ship and fleet.
Okay, well, I got that. Look at my fleet, guys. Look at all those different kinds of spaceships I've got in there. Including 2 fucking useless Oomga ships. Garbage. What can you tell me about the Dinyari, from the Dinyari's point of view?
I consider such a question to be intrusive and impolite, but that is consistent with your behavior. What do you want to know?
Heh.
You mean my superior brain? My mental prowess? I don't want to talk about it.
We're friends! Tell me about the scope of your psychic powers.
Captain, I don't think you meant to ask about my powers. Didn't you mean to ask about flowers?
Yes, Dinyari, I wish to know about flowers.
Flowers are beautiful and smell nice. Now, be a good human and leave me alone.
I wish to go now.
An excellent idea, Captain. You must have a great deal of work to attend to. Goodbye.
Okay, so accidentally turning the talking pet back into a dangerous evil Dinyari is not the only thing that the evil Oomga Blobbies have been up to lately. They've also been pranking their alien neighbors, the Ilrath, a race of xenophobic, religious spider people. They've been using a space radio to pretend to be the Ilrath's gods and tell them to go and do various awful things to various races, you know, as a prank. Now, I have a special space radio now, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Confirmed working on Star Control 3? Depending on what mood I'm in when you ask me, I might actually inform you that Star Control 3 actually exists. Or I might say that it doesn't. I don't know, it depends. So I'm gonna pop over to Ilrath Space and call them up on my Godaphone. Although I have to remember where the Ilrath homeworld is, which I totally wrote down in my notebook, and I'm definitely opening my notebook now to consult my notes. Consulting my written paper notes. Yeah, that's it. That's the paper I'm looking for. So the Ilrath homeworld is on Alpha Tauri. So we're gonna sneak in there and give them a call. Such a sideways comment that now you have to Google. The short version is that Star Control 3 exists and is very controversial. I actually haven't played it. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll break Liam's heart. Cancel Little Nightmares 2 stream and do Star Control 3 after this. I would never do that to Liam. He's been waiting too long. Same, Travis, actually. I do have a notebook where I have been writing down all of the places of interest, but I couldn't be arsed to look at it right now, because I have a nice star map that has the places of interest and the hyperspace openings. Alrighty, so we're gonna sneak in and start doing our pirate broadcast. Gonna hack it like the Matrix.
Listen! It is the hideous and inspiring voices of our gods, Dogar and Kazan. Oh, great gods of evil and darkness. What can your humble and devious servants do for
Devious. To pretend to be a god, simply talk in all caps. Worship us.
From the chambers of pain, we hear your words, cruel and evil lords of darkness. And as your voice crackles out of the speaker boxes, it sends thrills across our carcasses. Our hairy quills all stand erect, and we pant and wheeze with holy fever.
Oh boy.
Oh, mighty gods, you are the definition of all that is evil and hideous in this universe. You are the inspiration for
They go
all
so hard.
cruelty, deception, and pain. For this, we thank you.
It's so good. We require that you do things a bit differently.
Your will is our inspiration. What shall we do?
Is that a new red alert emote, Q? I really like it. From this day forward, say worship instead of worship.
As you wish, glorious, unmerciful distractors. In all future worship, we will honor you in this way.
I was trying to figure out how they did this, and I suspect it's because for every line of dialogue after this point, they make sure that only one of these words is in any given segment. Because they can't start doing like multiple variations of each line, like because it grows exponentially when there's 8 options. They have to do 256 takes of each line if there were multiple. So like I'm pretty sure they structured this in such a way that they very rarely use these words, and if they do, it's only one at a time. That is dope. I never got around to doing an animated emote. I need to do that. From this day forward, say dwee instead of we.
Yes, great Dogar. Yes, mighty Kazan. We certainly will. We certainly will.
Fucking love this game. From this day forward, say you boo instead of you.
It shall be so, great ones. You are mighty. You are the most hideous and deceitful. We Ilrath are too fortunate to have you to worship.
You are no longer the Ilrath. You are now the Dilrats.
We, the Dilrats, bow and scrape off our appendages in your honor, mighty Dogar and Kazan.
You are sufficiently graced. Go and kill gruesomely in our names. Actually, there's something else I do need from them. I need them to fuck off from Procyon.
Great masters, we eagerly await your next vile commandments.
Yeah, so we didn't come here only to prank them with like small changes to their vocabulary. The Ilrath are currently protecting a planet called Procyon, where there's 2 alien races that we desperately need to talk to. There's the Chenjezu, who are some like really ancient and wise crystal beings, and the Murmurhum, who are robots. And the two of them shacked up together on the same planet after they got defeated during the big space war against the Irkwan. And now the Ilrath here are blocking anyone from talking to them. But I really need to talk to them, so I'm going to, using the voice of their god on the space radio, tell them to kindly fuck off from Procyon and stop guarding it. Heed these words, our evil children. Leave this place and seek new prey.
Oh, mighty Dogar. Oh, mighty Kazan. Your devoted servants hear your words and obey your divine and cruel insights. The Pakunk are unfit for our sacramental tortures. We relish the prospect of killing worthy prey. We will leave immediately so that we can begin our glorious evil devotion. But who shall we prey upon next? Who shall suffer our inspired torment? Didn't those loathsome Unga once mention a race near their region of space? Yes, I have it. The Fradash.
Oh, they've been through enough.
We'll go now and kill all of them.
Okay. We return now to the fetid darkness. Obey our commands.
Farewell, Dogar and Kazan. We are awed by your malevolent presence, and swear unto you to commit even more violent, treacherous deeds tomorrow than we did today.
Listen, these guys are into evil, and they are dedicated to their craft. Okay, so the Ilrath circle is going to move over to the Thradash circle, and in the meantime, that means that they have probably disengaged their fleets from Procyon, which I think is here. Yeah. So I'm going to just sneak my way out over there. Fingers crossed, we can have a little chat with our old friends. Actually, we've never met them. They've been disappeared from the galaxy for the last 20 years because they were part of the. Here's some Star Control lore. 20 years before the present day, Earth and all the good guy aliens get into war with Irkwan and some of their, well, let's say bad guy aliens, but they're mostly slaves who are forced to fight. Anyway, Earth loses. And when you lose the fight against the Irkwan, you can either join them as battle thralls, or you can have your entire species locked away beneath a slave shield on your homeworld. And that's what happened to most of the good guy aliens. Just gonna sneak in there, don't mind me. Oh, overshot. Hello, Ghostface man. What? That's not the planet I was looking for. You like scary movies? I do actually like scary movies. So, this is what happens usually when you find a slave-shielded world. There's a starbase which orbits, where usually you can find some representatives from the race doing stuff. Like when we found the Cyrene. However, we have explored the interior of this starbase and found it abandoned. Computer records show that the Irkwan put the starbase in orbit around the world after defeating the Chenjesu and the Murnahum. From what we can determine, the Chenjesu and Murnahum, who were assigned to the base, set up mindless robots around the station, then somehow returned to the surface of the planet, penetrating the slave shield. Further analysis of the starbase's databanks show that the Chenjesu and Murnahum were exploring synthesis schemes to create a hybrid race, half Murnahum and half Chenjesu. The robots who run the starbase are armed and will not permit us to scavenge the material, so we are returning to the ship. So that's pretty dope. Let's see what we can do about that. Oh god, they're coming. So, slave shielded, bad, but I've got the Burbic Seas caster, which should let me have a conversation with them through the shield.
We are the Chenjesu. We are the Murnham. We do not understand how you have penetrated the slave shield or why, but in doing so you have interrupted the process. explain this intrusion.
We came here to find out what you're doing down here.
Though your ship's design is unfamiliar to us, we now understand that you are of human origin, and so we will share with you our reasons for accepting the status of Irkwan slave. In 2135, our great alliance burned within the crucible of sentience. Though our fleets of armed starships held back the hierarchy's grotesque armada for many years, in the end, the Irkwan unleashed a power upon us that was so overwhelming, we knew we would be annihilated if we did not submit. This unstoppable power, this ultimate weapon, was a huge starship, an unstoppable battle platform built by the Precursors in the ancient past. Your vessel shares some similarities in design to the Irkwan's battle platform, which they call Samatra, meaning Great Trophy.
So they have a ship that's way better than
Samatra
mine.
was many times larger than your ship, and bore weapons and defensive systems that made it invulnerable to all of our technologies. It remains a mystery to us why the Irkwan fought us for so long without using the Samatra. But when they finally brought the ship into combat, the Samatra incinerated our finest brood-home vessels from 10 times our own ship's weapons.
This guy is doing the voice from Star Trek, the original series. Anytime there's a mysterious alien of godlike power, this is exactly the voice they do, every single time.
We sent one last message to your people, a message suggesting that your species do as we Changesu and Mernherm plan to do.
Mernherm.
We would accept the Irkwan's demands and become slaves until such a time as we found a way to destroy or neutralize the Samatra.
This is cool, and it's the first time that you finally learn of like the final goal, your real objective in this video game. So yo, we're struggling against the Irkwan. Can't you help us?
We cannot be of any assistance now. We are in the middle of the process. I will explain.
Don't fuck with the process.
After we, Changesu and Mernherm, were defeated by the Irkwan, we chose to be encased in a single slave shield on this world. As soon as the Irkwan departed, we began the process. We initiated a synthesis of our two species, our two cultures, one crystalline, the other purely mechanical. This process, fueled only by the radiant energy of our sun, will eventually produce a new hybrid race. And when the process is complete, we will crack the Irkwan slave shield and emerge from our chrysalis like a winged insect unleashed from its cocoon. Then we will be ready and capable to deal with the Irkwan, their battle thralls, and their dreaded Samatra.
Can you help us now, though?
The complete synthetic hybridization of the Changesu and the Mernherm species will require approximately 35 of your Earth years. This extended duration is necessary because our synthesis mechanisms are dependent exclusively on the light of our sun for energy.
What if we could find some way to get you more energy? He said, knowing full well that he stole an alien device that is able to create immense amounts of sunlight.
What you describe is theoretically possible, but it would pose a great danger to us. The process must be executed as planned, or it may fail catastrophically. We would be destroyed.
How about some advice, then?
Our wisdom is available. Detail your need.
How do you think we can defeat the Irkwan? He's just gonna say to, like, destroy the Samatra or something.
You must find some
Yeah.
way to destroy the Samatra. do this, you will need a powerful weapon capable of destroying an entire planet.
I know where to find that.
That is not all. You will also require some way to distract the Irkwan to give you the opportunity to use the weapon.
I seem to have acquired the Dinyari. What do you make of it?
We know the Dinyari only from legend, where they are described as the embodiment of evil and cruelty. If ever there was a devil, Captain, it was the Dinyari. However, if in fact the creature you possess is one of this ancient breed, its mental power may be useful to help confuse the Irkwan.
I borrowed a device from the Mycon. Do you know what it is?
We do not recognize this device.
It's my son device.
But it appears to be a precursor tool which can radiate a great amount of energy. Though your presence here is a painful intrusion, we will always provide advice whenever you request it, Captain.
Alright, enough beating around the bush.
My once and future ally.
It's time to hit them with the sun device.
When the process is complete and we emerge from our chrysalis, I shall tell your grandchildren of our conversation this day.
I never realized how Star Trek the original series those guys are. Maybe it's because between the last time I played this game and this time, I watched every single episode of TOS. But it's just a really strong resemblance. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's like a fucking old flashlight.
You have flooded our synthesis mechanisms with a wealth of radiant energy. What was supposed to take decades has been accomplished in seconds. The process
That's what she said.
is incomplete, yet we have emerged. We are the Chmer. Why have you interrupted the process?
They're the Chmer now. I want to see what you looked like without all the orange junk. We struggle to free all races from the Irkwan, and we need your help.
Your need must be great for you to have risked so much.
I like saying Murderherm.
From beneath the shield, we were not ready, but this is now in the past. What is done is done. You are intent on stopping the Irkwan. Very well.
Very
We
well.
are prepared to assist you in whatever way we can. We must first tell you that even before we were placed under the slave shield, we realized that the only way to truly defeat the Irkwan was to first destroy their precursor battle platform, the Samatra. This vessel was responsible for the victory of the hierarchy over the Alliance. When it was brought to bear against our worlds, we could not resist it. This must be your priority. This must be your eventual goal. We know what is necessary to achieve this end, but first we must know what you have already learned. So we will scan the databanks and logs aboard your
Let me
ship.
check your save file to see what flags you have.
The process is complete. Now we can discuss what you must do. You need to locate the Irkwan's Samatra vessel. If you cannot find it yourself, ask those others who are near the Irkwan. Perhaps they will know. We have detected the presence of a Dinyari aboard your ship.
Nyari.
Though the being is darkly evil and incredibly dangerous, the Tallow device you possess has effectively nullified the creature's power over you. However, it will do a most excellent job distracting the Irkwan long enough for you to approach the Sumatra and destroy it. To defeat the Irkwan, you must first destroy the Sumatra battle platform. The only way we can envision this occurring is for you to detonate a huge explosive device adjacent to the battle platform at point-blank range. We believe that the only weapon which can generate sufficient destructive force is a matter-antimatter bomb, but we cannot build one ourselves.
Currently, there does exist such a
Return when
thing.
you have gathered the resources we have described.
The universe's biggest bomb is currently in the possession of the universe's most depressed species, who are currently debating whether or not they should just blow themselves up with it. So I'm going to have to convince them not to do that and instead give me the bomb. You seem to have superior technology. Would you share that with us?
We will provide you
Hell yeah.
with the designs for a new class of fighting ship. The Avatar,
The second best ship you can build.
enough Shimmer to command however many vessels you may build. Avatar battleships are much more effective than our Broodhome or X-Form vessels. In competent hands,
Shimmer is pretty dope,
ships can
but when you're playing the single-player game, the Thradash is, I think, way stronger. Because the AI just loves to run into the afterburner. Can you give us further assistance now?
We cannot help you until you have gathered the necessary resources.
Fair enough. Where can I find the super weapon? I'm gonna pretend I don't know.
There are rumors of such a device, a precursor planetary tool, to be found somewhere far towards the core, in the possession of a non-hostile alien race. We cannot provide any more information at this time.
It's cool, I got this. We'll be back.
We await your return.
Alright, let me get out of here before the Ilrath mob me. Yikes. Yes, I disappear a little bit every time I get into quasi-space. It's too green. This is the only quasi-portal I know by heart. It's the way home. I'm like a homing pigeon. What's up, Kevlaboom? I'm feeling pretty good. Playing one of my favorite games. Freshly shaved. I hadn't shaved my head for like 3 or 4 weeks, and I was getting depressed every time I looked in the mirror and saw how bald I look now. So I shaved my head again, and now I look good. I should probably tell you guys without showing you. 4K edition. What, me? I'm feeling pretty 4K.
I hope the battle fares well, Captain. Before we go on,
Nah, this is not the
important to
HD
tell you,
edition.
We made a formal alliance with the Shimmer. Their ships can now be built in our shipyards.
To be completely honest, I don't really like the look of the like HD edition of Star Control. It don't look right to me.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, talking pet life form. Data, this creature is physiologically identical to the so-called Irkwan Talking Pet with one notable exception. It is highly intelligent and evidences strong psychic capabilities. Initial AIQR test rated it well above human super genius, though immediately after we made this shocking assessment, its scores dropped to the normal-subnormal range. Interviews with the subject have shown it to be cooperative, though a Class 4 pan-species psychological profile places the creature far into the furtive, hateful domain.
I know a few people in the furtive, hateful domain.
Where we talked about roses, daisies, and other pretty flowers. Summary, everything's okay, nothing to worry about with this cuddly little guy. Not one thing. That's the end of our scientist's report. Try to avoid getting gruesomely killed, Captain.
Yeah, thanks, bud. So I don't think the Shofixti have repopulated themselves yet, which is too bad. That's okay. I could fuel up here, but I have another source for fuel, which is a little bit better. But maybe what I will do is upgrade my fleet here a little bit. I'm going to sell these Unga ships because I don't like them. Get out of here. And I'll build myself a couple of Tremor avatars, which are actually pretty fucking dope ships. Alright, what do we got here? 3 Thredash, 3 Ores, 2 Tremor, 2 Spathi, a Cyrene, and a Druge. I think this is like a pretty good spread. I did, Vilgan. I was watching live. I rather liked it. I was talking about it earlier on the stream. I thought it was a very good and informational stream. And I'm getting the impression that's not what many people felt about it. There's like a pretty wild knee-jerk reaction that I see when a developer talks about the matchmaking system. I still suspect that it's mostly a marketing problem, in that they keep calling it a skill-based matchmaking system, and the players have something in mind when they hear that, which is not what it does, because it's a kill-based matchmaking system, which I think is good, but it doesn't do what players think when they hear skill-based, even though what they think when they hear skill-based is actually what we had before with the emblem system, which sucked.
What trade items would you like to buy today?
So I don't really know the details about the twin add-ons, but I do know enough to say that the only people who know whether add-ons are being played by top MMR players is behavior, because you don't have that information, only they do. And I don't know if that's true. I mean, when I looked at the twins changes, they didn't make any sense to me, but I wasn't sitting on the information that they had.
How much fuel do you wish to purchase?
Fill me up, buddy, you weird little orange popcorn man.
Fuel transferred to your vessel.
Hello, Thardas.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
What's up, Frankie? I'm not sure what you mean by dodged questions, though. Could you give me an example? Okay, so I think that our next stop should be Thredash Space to steal the Aquahelix. It's so green. Funny, like I said, I don't really know too much about the twins, but when I was asking around to try to make sense of it, what I was told by players is that the two add-ons that got nerfed were in fact the two add-ons that were played at a higher level for twins, and that were kind of performing better. Now, I'm not like unreservedly endorsing the changes, mind you. I thought that they were like too small to make a big difference if they were needed, and it's odd to make a change if it's not needed. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like a weird choice to me. But I certainly am not going to go as far as some of the responses that I've seen, which are kind of really taking it too far. Helix. It's around here somewhere. Zeta Draconis, I think? On one of these planets, the Thredash have a ancient artifact, which they love very much, and they'll be rather upset when I take it. But too bad, because I need it to fix the Ultron, which we'll talk about in a second. If you're confused about what this game is, it's basically Mass Effect in 1992. And the hyperspace theme just slaps my whole bod. I could listen to this all day. So right now the Thredash like me, as I'll demonstrate. Bloop. Actually, before I go down there, I'll have a little chat with this guy. Last nice conversation with the Thredash.
Space, stars, time, form, not function, meets in death. Remember, we of Gotcha 20 are glad to meet you here in space.
I pulled a similar prank on these guys. I've told them how to talk and stuff now, so they're a bit silly. What's the news, my good friend?
This doesn't really count as news, teacher, but war is truly magnificent, isn't it? The gut-wrenching sight of molten warships, the boiling blood of depressurized soldiers. I just love it, don't you?
Yeah, that's good shit, my man.
We are getting a better handle on this wacky thing.
I told them to be wacky.
Slapstick, we Thredash have found our mode, our idiom, our way to be wacky. Jabbing the eyes with outstretched digits, striking the head with blanks. We like and understand this perfectly, Captain. And with the addition of our native elements, high explosives and nausea gas, Thredash space has become Crackball City.
Goodbye to you, my Thredash students.
Well, great teacher.
It's time to steal your religious relic and get the fuck out of here. Never talk to you again. Captain, we've discovered some sort of alien shrine here on the surface. The building is immensely old, at least 2,000 years. Inscribed around the perimeter of the cylindrical shrine are innumerable hieroglyphs, which document the history of each of the 19 Thradash cultures. From what we have seen, we have learned that the Thradash have risen to starfaring technology at least 3 separate times, only to nuke themselves back into the Stone Age again and again. The real surprise, Captain, was what we found inside the shrine. We knew the Thradash kept something down here, but we didn't know what it was until we went inside the shrine. In the exact middle of the structure was a tall dais of white stone. Set atop the dais was an immense aqua gemstone, somehow shaped into a flat, twisted ribbon, like a DNA helix. The aqua helix emitted incredible light pulses, illuminating the cavernous shrine like a giant strobe light. At least it did, until Private Hendrix decided to see what would happen if he grabbed the artifact. The helix immediately ceased glowing, and has remained quiescent. Quiescent? Quiescent ever since. We'll bring the aqua helix back aboard the ship for further investigation. After an unnecessary amount of time, the question that was dodged was the ratio of survivors to killers. They didn't want to answer with an average for some reason. Oh yeah, I feel like I remember that one. The roll ratio. And then Patrick said ratio, and the chat just started yelling ratio. So I kind of zoned out. Mind you, even I think an average would not be super useful because the ratio between killers and survivors probably does vary a lot based on MMR, based on geographical location, and based on time of day. So I think that what he answered was the core of the problem, or the core of the question really, which is yes, your matchmaking times will vary based on time of day, based on MMR, and geographical location. So like there's no one good number to give for the roll ratio. I don't know. I mean, would it really have been better for him to give some useless number? Just to satisfy people who don't want a complicated answer? I don't know if that's better.
So it's you.
Uh-oh.
The skulking little human weasel. We should not have left the
Uh-oh.
Helix planet unguarded.
They're pissed.
You have shown us a weakness in ourselves, and for that we thank you. But we desire the return of the Helix. Since I suspect you won't give it willingly, eat flaming death, you gravy-sucking pig.
Well, that's very rude. Alright, let's try out one of our Tremor avatars. Yep, it's a pretty good ship. Alright, time to get out of Thradash space. Not that they're really much of like a danger to me, but you know, it's kind of annoying to deal with them all. Alright. Next up, we're gonna get ourselves a Precursor bomb. What the fuck? Oh! The natural portal booted me out of quasi-space. So we're gonna head over to the other side of the galaxy. Have a talk with a race called the Utwig. The most depressed guys in space. Maybe I'll stop in and have a quick chat with the Supox first, because they're much cheerier. And yeah, Rahak, I'm a big stats nerd, and I'd love to see more and better stats constantly. But I also understand that like it's hard to explain the value, let's say, in getting a bunch of people to put together like cool graphs to show on a stream.
Hello, Voyager.
Compared to other things that, you know, are important for keeping the organization going. Wait, I didn't fix the Ultron. That's a lie, I haven't done it yet.
Ultron.
Okay, I repaired it a little bit.
Somewhat, but it is not yet in the condition which so enthralled the Utwig. Your efforts are valid, merely incomplete.
Your efforts are valid. Thank you, Supox. I love the Supox. I think that reducing the amount that Circle of Healing heals is better than cooldown on snuffing. I wouldn't mind seeing a cooldown after a boon is snuffed before you can relight it, but I don't think it's that important. I'm surprised that boons are staying at the same range they currently have. I still think that the boon range is too big, personally. See you later, Supox friends.
May sunlight and water always fall upon you.
Thanks, Supox. That's so nice. I've come to believe, and maybe I'm just cynical after being in the biz for too long now, but I think you could provide the absolute best information and people would still find a way to like misunderstand it and argue and throw it at each other in weird ways. That sounds like too long to me, Billigan. I could see a minute. I could probably see a minute on the thing. But even then, I think that you could sort of philosophically look at this as like two different directions you can go. There's the swingy direction, where the boons are like super powerful while they're up, but they can't be up for too long. So like you reduce the uptime, but keep the effect very powerful. Or you can try to go the balanced route, where they can maintain a large amount of uptime because their effect is not quite so overpowering. I think that there are like arguments you can make for either direction, and I don't think that either one is like absolutely wrong. I think you could make pretty convincing argument for either way. Doesn't quite work that way, Volg. The distortion is active for a certain amount of time, so you'd have to hit that Scratch Mirror Myers. You'd have to do it like every 15 seconds 4 times, so it will still provide you with the full minute of protection. Oh, I should probably fix the Ultron. Here we go. Rosy Sphere, added. Aqua Helix, added. Perfect Ultron. Doesn't do anything. It farts. It's a fart box. Is our ship from planet Earth? No, the ship that we're flying right now is something that was dug up. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna simplify a little bit. It was dug up on a planet. It's an ancient precursor ship, so super ancient, powerful aliens. And we've tricked it out. We're flying it around. Hello, Utwig.
a state of moderate depression instead of our normal cycle of self-destructive tendencies.
Hey guys, guess what we got? We got the Ultron. Want to see it?
Yeah! Should I set my gaze upon such a sight, I might suffer sleepless nights for years on end. It is a symbol of the collective Utwig failure. It is our ultimate tragedy.
These guys are the most relatable aliens in space.
Every crack on its surface is etched forever in my soul. Remove it from my sight, lest I purge my... Hey! That is not the devastated Ultron. It is the image of the Ultron before. A trick? A trick? Oh! I had no idea that any species could sink so low.
The Utwig love their Ultron, and they broke it accidentally when they dropped it, and they got very depressed about that. But I fixed it and brought it back to them.
Not even. Hey! Wait a second. It looks like... Can it be? Yes! It is! A miracle! Oh, happy day! Joyous occasion! You have our eternal thanks, good Captain. You will be immortalized as the blessed figure that delivered unto us our future. We will revere your very likeness. Let me take the Ultron. Yes, I feel the link, the knowledge, and the power.
The power!
It seems that there is much to do.
I love these guys.
It seems that you should proceed to the second moon of the sixth
Writing that down in my
planet
copybook now.
of Zeta Hyades and take what you find there. We no longer have need for it, but the Ultron reveals that you will. I thank you for your part in the grand scheme. We now recover that which is ours via destiny and proceed to perform our essential service for the universe.
Universe.
The Ultron throbs and whistles. Matters of significance are being relayed to our brains. It has been so long since we communicated with the Ultimate in such a manner, but slowly the truth is revealed. Our destiny. We have been directed to join with our Supux allies and attack you.
No.
No, wait, that's wrong. Sorry. We attack your enemies, the Irkwan and the Kor-Ah. No, that's not right either. What? Oh, okay. We must strike only the black ships. Only the Kor-Ah.
Top shelf performance.
Now, Captain,
Every
we
single
must
one of them.
leave
A
to
banger.
repair our battle fleets. Wish us luck.
Good luck, buddy. I love my depressed little space pals. Okay, so there are a couple more loose ends to tie up, including these guys down here, the Yehat. They are Scottish warrior birds. Spacefaring Scottish warrior birds. And there's a bit of political tension there, because they used to be on our side. They fought against the Irkwan until the very last moment when their spacefaring Scottish space warrior bird queen defected to the enemy side to stop them from getting wiped out. And the space clans are very unhappy about that. But the Veep Neep Queen has never lost, so they're like undefeated or whatever. So they're sticking together. But there's one crack in Yehat's solidarity, which is that they love their furry little Shofixty buddies because they uplifted them. And they were pretty depressed because the Shofixty blew themselves up to fight against the Irkwan. They made their own sun go supernova. They killed all of themselves off in an attempt to take down the Irkwan's armada. You know, pretty baller shit. Except they kind of eliminated their own race. Yehat were pretty broken up about it. However, I have helped the Shofixter repopulate, and if I show the Ahat that the Shofixter are still around, it might make it pretty awkward for the Veep Neep Queen. So that's what I'm trying to do, but I'm waiting for, you know, the Ahat to fuck enough that I have a few at the space station to bring over and show. Thanks, nobody knows. Surrender doesn't count as a loss. Well, they switched to the winning side at the last minute, so they got to declare victory. A sneaky maneuver.
Suddenly, I am overcome with embarrassment. I possess the distinguished honor of addressing the legendary Earth Captain.
You know, that's me.
Please excuse my lack of proper facial appliance.
They're a mask-wearing species.
This occasion ideally calls for me to don the expression of ultimate gratitude.
But they destroyed all their masks after they broke the Ultron.
I am compelled by the forceful emanations of the Ultron to describe the appearance of the mask. Its foundation is composed entirely of a matrix of beetle secretions and trouba-fern in an intricate and complex texture. The process is extremely time-consuming, since even the best-trained beetle colonies will build 1,000 rejects for every successful foundation. Alas, it will be many years before any of the Utwig will be able to wear such a mask.
Their whole deal is they have a mask for every occasion. But after they broke their Ultron, they destroyed all masks other than this one of ultimate shame and embarrassment.
Indeed. We are in the process of reacclimating our brains to its metawave gyrations. Even now,
Even now.
plan of interference, thwarting the goals of the
Oh yeah, I need to explain what the difference between the Korra and the Irkwan is. Why they decided to only attack the black Irkwans.
Evil have goals which are mutually exclusive with our existence and your own. Even now,
That's it. That's their
aided by the
catchphrase.
intangible guidance of the Ultron, we formulate a plan that will serve to preserve the diversity in the galaxy. We prepare an armada composed of the collective might of both the Utwig and Supak's forces that will pursue the invaders with the intent of foiling their plan of doom.
What's up, Huey? One thing that I don't like too much is that you can't get Utwig ships to play with during the course of the game. In fact, most of the aliens you run into, you can't get their ship types on your side in a buildable form. Sometimes, like, things will happen and they'll grant you a couple of them if you're lucky, but because you can't restock them, they have that, like, too rare to use problem. Like, the Arilulalile, fantastic name for an alien species. The Arilulalile give you 4 skiffs, and you're like, cool, but then you realize you can't replace them if you ever lose them, so you never use them. They have, Final Fantasy or Elixir syndrome. Too good to use.
Your request is within our capabilities. One moment. Emanations from the Ultron. Orange furry air breathes tender yawn. Yes, it all becomes clear now. You must do something with the great bomb, the precursor relic we kept at Zeta Hyades 6B. It seems that this bomb must be, eaten? No, hug. No, improve. That's it. The bomb must be improved.
You can get Utwig and Supox? Like in the final moment? In the final fight? I have played through once before. No, I played through this game twice before, but I don't remember that happening. This is the first time that I've played it through, however, using only ships in the fleet. So I haven't done any combat using the Precursor vessel. Unlike the last 2 times I played, where you can get some pretty dope tech for the Precursor ship, like fucking homing weapons and stuff. Like, it becomes a very, very maneuverable, very high damage ship with homing weapons, and like almost infinite HP. So like your mothership can become super OP and you just blast through any opposition. That's what I did the last couple of times I played, and I feel like it's kind of the default way to play it. But I wanted to do something different this time. I've only been using ships that you get during the game, like regular fleet battles, which I find is a lot more fun.
There is much for us to do. May the Ultron be with you.
Dope. Yeah, maybe if I go back to their home planet and ask them for help, they'll be like, okay, well, we'll give you some ships. Except my fleet's full, so there probably wouldn't be any room for it. In fact, I wonder if there's a story event where they're supposed to give you ships that I didn't see because I already had a full fleet. I'm not sure how that works. Let's go get the bomb. Thank you for setting up us the bomb. Epsilon Hades, Gamma Hades, Delta Hades. Zeta Hades. So Vulcan, I don't know if you're still here, talking about distortion. I will admit to being in the design room when you were making distortion and being very enthusiastic about the fact that distortion is a perk that does not recharge, because that's different and interesting, and that there are not really survivor perks that work that way. And I admit that that's a bit of a design wonk, design nerd thing, which is not really that interesting, I guess, for players. I think a lot of players look at that as just like an annoying drawback that they wish didn't exist. And only those of us who like scribbling with like things on paper and thinking about how things relate to each other would be interested that there is one where the upside is that it's a powerful effect, and the downside is that once it's done and you don't get it back. I would be sympathetic to a design that does potentially let you get some stacks back. On the other hand, I also am strongly opposed to anything that adds complexity without like really good reason. Like really, I feel that the simpler the better, unless like really what you're trying to do cannot be done in a simpler manner. I mean, I would be down for even maybe increasing the length of each token's activation. It's 10 seconds now. I was actually under the impression that it was already 15. That's kind of the number that had stuck in my mind. So maybe if it was 4 stacks at 15 seconds each, such that you could get a full minute of aura protection off of your distortion. I like that. If those guys are friendly, why are you avoiding the ships in orbit? Because talking to them takes a long time. There's nothing wrong with them. Zeta Hades 6b. Let's count the orbits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This outer orbit here. That's the gas giant. B meaning the second moon. We'll write this one over here. Looks like they're already here. What? The Druge?
Fancy meeting you here, Captain.
Druge Starship Captain, justify your presence here.
We, the appointed representatives of the Crimson Corporation, merely come to obtain the fair and reasonable payment for our goods. We traveled to this region of space years ago to sell the useless Ultron device to the Irkwois. We knew even then of the weapon on the surface below us. This was to be our price. But the Irkwois used a clever ploy to cheat us. I had convinced the morose Irkwois fools that the Ultron...
Means I used to be a developer for DBD, Mr. Anonymous.
Powers? The Proctor's wine. Will it give us the powers we crave? I assured them that, yes, the Ultron would give them the second sight. The Ultron would allow them to see into the past and the future. The Ultron would slowly imbue each of them with
Unique secret powers of great significance.
So it's unclear if the Ultron actually does this,
Embraces huge potential
or if the Utwig just really believe that it does.
Then a mistake was made. Enough foolishness. We will take the Precursor device from the surface and then leave. Thereafter, I may see fit to bequeath the entire planet to you
No, I'll just be taking the bomb, please.
for your invaluable services in the past, provided you need.
So there may have been like a slightly awkward incident where I maybe sort of sold 100 of my crew members to this guy. Indefinite contract. I signed for them an indefinite contract for 100 of my crew members to work on the Druge homeworld in return for some goods and services. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. The Precursor artifact does not belong to you. It's ours. Stand aside.
Liar! It is we who are the genuine owners, not you, Captain. Those many years ago, when we offered these Ultron,
No, I didn't sell them.
how they
I signed them up for indefinite servitude.
fools. Then they begged to hold the device, just for a moment. To close the deal, I permitted this. A grievous mistake. The moment the High Proctor touched the Ultron, her body arched and her eyes rolled back in her head. She began to babble meaningless phrases. And how
It's true, Wibble. I didn't have to do it. I had the egg case. I could have just traded for the Rosy Sphere and left.
to buy the useless
Actually, that's what I did.
But never with such gusto.
I sold the crew members to get a Druge ship.
Doubt, lack of clear reason left them vulnerable to our every manipulation. But then, the Proctor's body relaxed, and her eyes slowly closed. When they reopened, her visual orbs shone with a wild...
You can say eyes, dude.
This is all
It's the kind of guy who says females.
and more, she intoned. And now, Drew, as to your price. I opened my mouth to speak, but before I could utter a word, the Proctor interrupted. Wait! The Ultron feeds your thoughts directly to me. Do not speak. I know that you desire. What could I say? That the Ultron was a farce and could do no such thing? I was stunned at sight.
Utwig, master negotiators.
You Druge of the Crimson Corporation desire an object of great antiquity, something of secret function and value. Very well, it shall be done. And with that, we were led to a small vault. The Proctor ceremoniously opened the door of the vault and explained that because we had been of such great service, all of the treasures within were now ours. Inside we found a hodgepodge of ancient and useless artifacts, a glowing rod, an absurd trident.
You can buy those stupid relics from the Druge in return for crew members. Or actually, or other cool alien stuff that you found around the game.
And I heard of you,
Your travels.
foolish quest for freedom. I realized that you could be the agent of our justice. And lo, it is so. You have heard our justification. It is valid and unassailable. Now go and do not return.
No, we're taking it.
No, you will not. We know your soul, young captain. It is no brighter than ours.
That's a weird way to put it.
We acknowledge our greed. We revel in it. You are the dishonest one, hiding your shame in shadows. You fabricate justifications, rationales. In the end, we are just the same. But now you stand in our way. You
He knows about the slave trading.
Therefore, we will add
He does.
true
They mention it.
to our ledger of hatred.
Oh shit, he's putting me in the burn book.
Die,
child, die!
Alright. Who are we going to trot out to deal with some Druge? Should we trot out the Penetrator? I feel like playing with the Penetrator. So she can use a Siren Call to get the crew of the Druge ship to literally fling themselves out the airlock, where I can pick them up. Ah, uh-oh. Okay, well that's not good. I could have played that better. Fuck it. Shimmer. Ooh, I missed. So the Chimera has a ridiculously powerful laser and a tractor beam. Oh shit. We just took 2 big hits. The Druge has an extremely powerful cannon. Very long range. Fuck, this guy's got ridiculous aim. He's cracked. It's actually called the Penetrator? Yeah. It's a big dildo ship, crewed only by women, called the Penetrator. Holy shit. Not exactly A-tier flying on my part. I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually not sure about this matchup. So their cannon pushes them back. So I guess I gotta get him to like speed off and then get behind him and then put down the afterburner. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're gonna take some real damage to our fleet trying to get through these Druge. What's an actual good matchup? Maybe go?
Go, 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 go. Intruder.
Yes.
Intruder.
Yes. Space Marines. So the Oars ship can launch Space Marines, which can board and then attack them on the inside.
Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
That sound you're hearing is the Druge throwing a crew member into the oven. The only way that they can, well, the main way for them to replenish their energy. Ha! They got caught up by the Space Marine. The main way that the Druge replenish their energy is actually by throwing crew members into the furnace. It's like the downside to the ship, because the cannon is probably one of the most powerful and long-ranged weapons in the game. So they have a downside with their energy regeneration.
Go, 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 go. Intruder.
Ooh, narrowly missed the planet.
Go, go.
Oh. Ah, shit. Yeah, I kind of get the impression that the crew members that we sell to the Druge, I mean, loan for an indeterminate work term, are just getting thrown into furnaces for power. Should we have a Druge off? No, I don't think I'll be able to replace that Drew ship. Guess I'll risk another avatar. Damn. Ooh, right through the laser, in between ticks. Unlucky. The Druge do say your crew will share in every duty that their own crew do. Yeah. Yeah, those guys are dead. Well, it was a pretty rough battle, but we beat the Druge fleet, and it's time to find the bomb. Here we go. Somebody set up us the bomb. Report from the surface. We found a huge precursor device on the planet's surface. A giant black cylinder set within a simple defensive grid. We've already neutralized the grid. Well, actually, Jenkins just drove through it by accident. Leroy Jenkins is alive in 1992. But that seemed to work. The artifact is covered with precursor script, and although we can't translate all of it, all the writing, it is pretty clear that it is a warning, repeated again and again. The energy output of this artifact is scary. It rivals all of our ship's engines at redline. If I may be so bold, Captain, I would advise that we not experiment with the device until we are back at Starbase. We shall now return to the ship with the black cylinder device carefully stowed in the cargo area. Cool. So we've got the bomb now. What does it look like in the device bay? Cute. I wonder if I can use it and blow myself up in space. Let's save before we check. I didn't know. All right, back to Earth. Poor crew. Their misfortune to be stuck with me as a captain. Whoop. Whoop.
I am at your disposal, Captain. There's something I think you should know. A race of plant creatures called the Supox have arrived in your absence, Captain. They offered use of their ship designs and will supply you
Supox
as many
ships.
starship captains as we require. I, of course, accepted their offer immediately. Also, a small contingent of Utwig has visited. After spending a few days setting up our fabricators to build their Jugger starships and providing us with a few capable
Okay, so we can
commanders,
build
they
them.
departed.
Fuck yeah.
Captain, if you continue to build such strong alliances, we will surely win our battle against
Dope.
Irkwan. Also, the Shofix team
Hell
returned.
yeah!
Their ships can now be built in our shipyards. With their vast numbers swelling our ranks, we won't have to worry about running out of able-bodied crew. And I'm sure their volunteers will reduce the
Is
cost
Earth an
of these
enslaved
crews.
planet? Yes! Earth has been enslaved. All of humanity is trapped there underneath the Irkwan slave shield. Starbase commander here is every Irkwan slave planet has a starbase orbiting it, where they leave just a few people to like be the representatives of the race and be a contact for the Irkwan and stuff like that. So we showed up here and talked them into helping us out. The Irkwan have been too busy to run their intergalactic empire lately because their ancient enemies, the Korra, have shown up again, which I'll talk about in a sec. What's up, Trant?
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, Utwood bomb device. Data analysis has yielded little information about this device, largely because of our technicians' unwillingness to open it or even remove the bomb from your ship. That aside, here's what we know so far. The device is correctly defined as a bomb, one of enormous destructive potential, but it's not of Utwig origin. Nothing about it relates to the technology we see in the Jugger ship.
The Juggalo
We
ship.
believe it to be of late Precursor origin, though it somewhat resembles certain
Fucking
Shenjutsu
precursors, how did they
technology.
work?
Its original function? Probably a planeteering tool for dispersing unwanted moons. Summary? Unless there's a strong reason to do otherwise, do not activate this device. Leave it alone.
Yeah, we figured that one out
Any
already.
Experimentation should be conducted at least 12 astronomical units from this starbase, and preferably a bit further. That's the end of our scientist's report. Goodbye, Captain.
Okay, so time to trick out the fleet. Definitely take another Trimmer avatar because they're sweet. Let's add 2 Utwig. Utwig Juggers. They only have 20 HP, but they have a pretty sweet shield, which not only blocks shots, it absorbs them to increase their energy. It's also, however, the only way to get energy. So if you run your shield too much without absorbing, you can run out of energy and can't get any more. So you gotta be careful with your Utwig shield. If you're really good at timing, though, this ship can be like fucking indestructible. And we need to bring 1 Shofixty scout with us, because we're gonna go shame the shit out of the Yehat. I do remember our endless Utwig versus Chinjezu matchups. Oh yeah, gotta fill up my own. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the aliens that are here. The Ors are our allies through and through. They're recent arrivals in this part of space. They're actually like extra-dimensional aliens. They might in fact only be 1 alien, where every individual Ors is like, it's like seeing an individual appendage of the same creature. They're kind of creepy, but friendly, and they've got nice ships. The Vux hate us. They're evil squid face aliens, no help at all. We've mostly, I think, finished our dealings with them. The Yehat we're about to go have a talk with. The Mycon are like artificially constructed fungus who, as it turns out, were genetically engineered by the Precursors as like a terraforming tool. Since the Precursors are long gone, the Mycons just kind of doing their own thing, doing weird terraforming off by themselves without really knowing why. Very strange. Druge, assholes. You've already talked about them. The Zok Fought are a friendly young race. Their ships are pretty weak. They're pretty good in the early game. And their misfortune is to be caught right here in the middle of the Irkwan Kor-Ah War. So the Irkwan are who we fought 20 years ago. Earth fought against the Irkwan and lost. Irkwan thing is they're tearing through the galaxy, fighting every race they find, and once they beat them, they either enslave them on their home planet, where they can never leave again, or they have to join as battle thralls and help the Irkwan fight the rest of the galaxy. So the Irkwan are basically enslaving every race that they find. The Kor-Ah, turns out, are an Irkwan splinter group whose goal is pretty similar, except they're planning to eradicate all life rather than enslave all life. The Irkwan want to make sure that everything is safe for them forever. The Kor-Ah want to really, really, really ensure that everything is safe for them forever. So the Irkwan, they won this battle last time they did it, 10,000 years ago, and that's cool, but now the Kor-Ah are back, and they're winning the fight this time. And if they win, they're going to take that Sumatra, and they're just going to go around and wipe out every living thing. in the entire galaxy. So we're trying to stop that from happening. This is our primary motivation. Meanwhile, we've got a bunch of bad dudes. We've got the Thordash, the Ilrath, the Umga. They all fought on the side of the Irkwan during the war. Fuck them all. They're like busy fighting each other now because we told them to. And these are the newcomers also. They were not part of the war. Supox, Utwig, they're cool. These are plant people. These are mask people. It's fine. We actually just talked to them recently. The Cyrene don't get a bubble because they were stuck under a slave shield until very recently. They haven't gotten out yet. They're like the people of Earth. We only have a few Cyrene, the people who are on the starbase. That's it. Those are the aliens that are available at the moment. A race called the Spatha used to live here. They were our allies early in the game. They found a way to slave shield themselves intentionally. It's a long story that I can't get into just yet. Who are the good guys? The Umga? No, they're evil blobbies. Umga are a bunch of jerks. But they think they're really funny. That's a short version. Let's fly over to the Yehat and say hello. Now that we have a Shofixi on board. See what happens. Like in Rick and Morty Planet. Supok's blade is surprisingly good if you learn to master it. You sound like my friend Travis. There's a mod I'd really like to try. It's like a rebalancing mod for Super Melee. And one of the things that it does is it adds an extra input. It actually does something with the down button. So most of the they gave like an extra ability button to a lot of the ships, including the Supox, to make it a lot easier to do the slide. I'd like to try that. Right, Zeppler? Is this a loading screen? No, just cruising through the galaxy. Alright, let's go talk to a Yehat and see what happens. Let's save first.
Human, I'm beginning to think that you're touched for sure. You tempt fate and our sympathy too much, I think. This time, perhaps, we cannot be as much your friends as you would like.
What about your legendary honor? Your courage? What would the Shofixti think?
We have fallen so far. We're not in the same great birds of prey your people were once knowing and trusting. We have each betrayed the honor of our clan. Just as our queen is betraying each of us with her association with the Irkwan. If the valiant child species, the Shofixi were being here today to show
About that.
Oh, the shame it would be unbearable.
Thank you, John Jimmy. Yeah, this may come as a shock, but the Shofixti are reborn. Aller, I would recommend not buying this on Steam. Check out Google Irkwan Masters. You get this version for free. There's Star Control Origins on Steam, which is a recent game, which I haven't actually played. Star Control 2's source code was open sourced by Toys for Bob. Yes, the Skylanders people are the ones who made this game.
If this is being a true thing, there will be many changes, but we are a species long ways in the ways of defeat. You must be proving these words you say, Captain. Send the Shofixti to us as a way of proof.
Okay. Don't mess with him, okay?
We're scanning the separation of a vessel from your fleet, Captain, and indeed, its configuration matches that of a Show 60 scout vessel. This had better not be a trick, Captain. We are knowing the power of a glory device, and if you detonate the weapon near us, the price for you shall be dear. Very dear. The scout has docked, and we await the pilot's appearance at the airlock. The atmosphere cycle is complete. The door slides open, and... It's true! The Show 60 are alive! Look at that fat muzzle.
It's like me when I see my dog every morning.
The sweet claws and children have returned from oblivion. But now we are faced with the cruelest truth. We who have sacrificed our honor, we who have lain with the enemy, we are not worthy. We are nothing. We are less than nothing.
This guy's really giving it his all in the recording booth.
We are the Yeharts of the Starship clans. We will not let this lie any longer. Listen, as I speak these words. If our queen makes the dishonorable command, then it is the queen who has no honor. And the dishonorable queen is no queen at all. We, the Zeep, are the only clan who remember the true meaning of honor.
Fuck yeah, Zeep.
Tear the queen from her throne.
Yeah.
The 2,000-year reign of the Zeep queens is over. The revolution has begun.
Freedom! I absolutely am, Zeppler. I have just completely fucked up the Yehat's shit. As you can see, the Yehat now have 2 circles because I started a civil war.
Human, you shall never be fully comprehending the damage you're doing now to our Yehat.
I think I found the other side.
For fully 2,000 years there's been peace between the clans, and now you have cast the ancient seed of dissension between our beaks. The bloody wars of ascension are renewed, and you are the cause, Captain. While the Zeep traitors may be your allies, Captain, I can be assuring you that we of the Zeep Starship clan are wanting nothing more dearly than your death.
So how's the revolution going for you guys?
Revolution? You compliment yourself unnecessarily, Captain. This is nothing more than a band of thugs trying to undo the peace of 100 generations. We will roast the traitors in their ships and crack the eggs in their clan homes so that never again will the Zeep criminals be flying through our stars.
So, going through it then, I guess. Gosh, I'm sorry about this revolution thing. I didn't mean any harm.
The pain and suffering of this useless conflict are being nothing but a tragic waste of life. Congratulate yourself, Captain. The source of all this death and misery is yourself.
Goodbye.
Now ye must pay for your crimes, human.
Okay, so this is unfortunate. There's 5 Yehat Terminators that we have to deal with. And I haven't fought a Yehat Terminator in a long time. I don't really know what the best ship for this would be. Probably the Avatar, but we haven't tried the Uig yet, so let's do it. Get Frumple with them. There's some fucking range on this thing. Uh-oh. So the AI is not doing a great job here. Gotta get a better angle. I took some damage. So I blocked most of their stuff. But I did take some... Oh shit, I should probably get out of there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Yeah, the Yehat ship is slow. It has a shield. And it does a shit ton of damage, but only in kind of like close range. see if I can thrash him. I am excited for Elden Ring, but I'm trying to look up as little as as little as possible. I want to know nothing about it when I open it up and play for the first time. Owned. Now all they have to do is not run into the giant fire, but that's too much for the AI sometimes. I don't know. Dink into the closed beta? No. Mind you, I also didn't try. Shit. I'll play it when it's ready. Well, take that, Yehat. God of War, Elden Ring, Warhammer, Elden Ring, Dying Light, Elden Ring? Hell yeah. Sounds great. Which side are you on?
Is the human agitator who would see her radiant majesty pulled from the high
Not a
perch.
fan then, I'm guessing.
You will rue
What's up,
the
Bucky?
day you devised this wicked scheme.
How's the revolution going?
Do not be worrying yourself, Captain. Victory is almost within our grasp. Now ye must pay for your crimes, human.
Come here, bud. Congratulations. Yeah. Space battle, I'm the big one. Come here, you little shit. So the Yehat has a shield. They're like the opposite of the Utwig. They have a shield, not very much energy, but it regenerates pretty quickly. This is actually not a good matchup for me. I think we're done here, actually. Yeah. Play any poker? No, I never really got into poker. The closest I came to poker was that I got really into Magic the Gathering, and all the really good Magic the Gathering players left Magic to go play poker so they could make some actual money. I do miss Magic, though. I realize that's not what you were asking, but that's where my train of thought has left me. Ever play Parsec? Asteroid for the Atari. I mean, I played classic Asteroid. I don't think I played Parsec, though. Well, I mean, if you didn't already know this, I shouldn't probably tell you, but you can play poker online.
I hope the battle fares well, Captain. Farewell.
I like being at tables in person. Oh, that's fair. It's like me, actually. I could be playing Magic online, but I want to play in person. Yes, John. I'm playing the most recent Star Citizen beta. Some of you might not know this, but I worked on Star Citizen. Back when I was an intern, at the very beginning of my video game career, I started by interning on Star Citizen, what feels like a million years ago. Game's still in beta. Yeah, I mean, Star Citizen is not... It's not like... It's not vaporware. There's real software that they're really working on. But what they have is really not... I wouldn't say classifies as beta. It's so far from being the complete package that they initially talked about. It's not vaporware, but it's not vaporware.
You are fully prepared for the undertaking.
Yo, I'm ready. Let's do this.
There is every chance that you will be able to destroy the Sumatra and stop both the Irkwan and the Kora.
I'm ready. What happens now?
We will now fit the Precursor weapon and our own crystal amplification system to your vessel by routing a portion of your flagship's fusion power through the weapon's ignition chamber. Its destructive force will be multiplied by a large factor.
We'll fire this open at the Sumatra, right? It's not gonna hurt my ship, is it? Insert Clone Wars meme. We're just gonna destroy the enemy ship, right? Not even sure what Star Citizen is supposed to be. Yeah, that's the problem with Star Citizen right now. I mean, as usual, the problem is money ruins everything. And they realized how much money they could make in ship sales, I think. I'm not a conspiracy theorist who thinks that they're like intentionally not making the game so they can string out like fake ship sales as long as possible. I don't think that's realistic. Plus, I also worked on the game, so I know that, at least back when I was working on it, they were really working on it, you know? They were real people who just wanted to make a game. But definitely, when they realized how much money they were making with ship sales, I think it must have shifted a lot of priorities. And probably for what seemed like very reasonable like goals. Like, oh, well, we're trying to make a really, really, really good big game. We're going to need a lot of money. If we can make that money by doing these ship sales, then we should do that. It's like the most rational way to be able to fund the game that we're trying to make. That's fine, except that I think that meant that there was way too much attention from both design and implementation on spaceships instead of the game that the spaceships were supposed to let you fly around in. And that's why here we are. We are sneaking up on 10 years since the start of Star Citizen's development. And, well, you know, there's not a lot of Star Citizen to play. I should do a Star Citizen stream where I check out the state of the current build, because I haven't actually downloaded and played Star Citizen in a very long time. I'm like on the subreddit. I try to follow a little bit with the news. but like we're still talking about, you know, a couple of stations and like a few missions you can do and like a bit of combat, but nothing compared to the persistent universe that they're trying to sell. And what's really sad is that there was also supposed to be something I was really excited about, the Squadron 42 single player game, or whatever, co-op, you know, the single-ish player experience. The Wing Commander to go with it, basically, which I was super stoked for, and it seems to be mired in complete development hell too. It'd be nice if we could at least get one or the other, you know? But it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Anyway, we're not gonna lose our cool ship, right?
Your vessel will be totally annihilated.
Ah, fuck. You know, John, I think it's because the space game market has a lot of whales. a lot of older guys with a lot of disposable income who have like tech jobs, I think. Who are patient and have a lot of money, I think. I don't suppose there's anything we can do to change that, is there? You feel called out? Yeah. Well, me too.
No.
No, can't change it.
The completion date for your vessel's modification is roughly 2 weeks hence, so that you and your human companions may make any necessary preparations at your starbase. We will now transport you and your crew back to Earth immediately. Good luck, Captain.
Thanks. And yeah, Thardas,
Welcome back, Captain.
if you don't want spoilers about the end of the game, then you might want to turn it off.
2 weeks that have passed
We're
since
trying to go
Shimura
for the end
began to
here.
work on your vessel. They attached the Utwig bomb to your ship and have also put in place their own crystalline amplification devices to boost dramatically the power of the weapon. This work is now complete and your flagship is ready for whatever final modifications you desire. The Shimura technicians wanted me to explain to you that the bomb and its crystal power boosters are fragile and cannot be moved from their positions at the back of your vehicle. Now I have some bad news and some good news.
Okay.
The Shimura had to remove all your main modules, weapons, crew pods, and the whole lot, including your emergency warp escape unit, so pick your engagements carefully, Captain. In addition, their equipment now fills the rear 10 slots, leaving you only 6 for your own module.
I wasn't using them
And
anyway.
here's the good news. The Shimura have provided us with an unbelievable wealth of minerals and other resources.
Yeah, check it out. My RU is
We
infinite.
no longer have limits on what we can build for your flagship or your fleet.
Heavy metal vibes. Yeah. It's a bit more pixel arty than heavy metal got, but I'll give you that. Yeah, sorry I keep calling you Thardas. It's not a good nickname. Sorry about that, Arda.
We're all depending on you. Goodbye and good luck.
Sometimes I'm very lazy when reading usernames, and whatever the first thing that jumps out at me, like, that just sticks. So, our starship is now mostly just the bomb, which is kind of a shock if you're playing it the Ardas. Right, yeah. This is a shock if you've been playing like Battleship Star Control 2, where you just kit out your main ship to be super powerful, and then all of a sudden you can't do that anymore. But since we've been playing Fleet Commander Star Control the whole time, we don't give a shit. Did you know the green orb in heavy metals that was inside the briefcase in Pulp Fiction? False. It would have liquefied at least one person if that were true. I think I'm. Oh, I guess we have to put one gun, one fusion blaster, 2 crew pods, 2 fuel tanks. Okay, that seems correct. I'm not missing anything. No point defense, no tracking system, no furnaces, no dynamos. No, we're good. I guess if we do get into a fight with the mothership, having some actual energy to shoot with will be more useful than a bit more crew. Right? I'm not planning to use this, I'm just trying to think ahead. Infinite resources. Don't forget to add a disco room. Yeah, we don't need guns. We need a disco room. Are there any ships that we don't need going into the final battle? I kind of feel like it's right to have at least one little shipfix to come with me. Come on, little guy. Alright, so before we go for the last battle, I feel like it's good to do a little victory lap. Say goodbye to all the aliens to whom we've spent time with in this game. Starting, I guess, with the Arilu Lolly Lair. Is Zek still around? We killed him. This game is so powerful, it's pulling me into quasi-space. Also, Comedial, you're probably not here anymore. He hit us with the FAQ command, which says what it says because last stream I was putting together my FAQ. I guess it's still relevant. You can throw questions at me and I can add them to the FAQ. I'm gonna put it up pretty soon.
Welcome back to Falialarawfuli, Captain.
It's good to be in Falialarawfuli.
We will let you visit the surface of our world. There are many beauties here, unmatched anywhere. The mountain clouds of thought, the tangible wish, the dark. Unfortunately,
The dark.
you are not yet.
Can I meet the Sirens?
Premature
Yeah, buddy. I'll do that for you.
would render you numb.
Alright, so nothing new to say to the Arilu. These guys hang out in the weird extra-dimensional space. They are literally the gray aliens who have been abducting humans and doing weird stuff to them. It is explicit in the game. Weirdos. They don't exactly reveal their deal in this game. They kind of leave it mysterious, although they've been messing with humans for quite some time. I haven't played it, but it's my understanding that in Star Control 3 they do reveal the plot, and most people say that it would have been better if they hadn't.
Goodbye, clever child.
Been years since you've been in Twitch, and the first place you come is my channel to watch me play this dusty old game? I'm honored. Many people don't acknowledge Star Control 3's existence. I feel like I gotta take a look myself someday. This game's been so important to me for so long. I should at least know. We're gonna fly over to Beetlejuice. Say hello to the Siren. Hot damn, Syrup! That's a lot of followage. Gonna dodge that. That's an Irkwan. Am I allowed to discuss the game? Yeah, that's fine. I try to discourage like a whole lot of DBD talk while I'm playing other games, but you know, if I put DBD bait in my title, it's all good. Go for it.
Hello, brave Earthling. Your return.
Here's the Siren.
My people, the Siren, shall be forever in your debt. In fact, many of my officers wish to thank you personally for your efforts on our behalf.
The 90s, when you could get away with this.
You set aside a week, sometime in the near future, so that you can properly receive your hero's welcome aboard the Starbase.
It's cool, sir. I mean, heck, I still stream Dead by Daylight about once a week. I still enjoy playing it. It's all good. What happens to you now?
I expect I'm going to be pretty busy for the next few months, overseeing repairs to our fleet of penetrator starships and preparing some kind of defensive system for this starbase. If and when the Irkwan return here, we must have a little surprise ready for them.
Anything else I can do to you? I mean, for you?
Captain, the next step is to pull down the slave shield from our planet.
The only child I have are the killers in Dead by Daylight.
As far as I know, they are under a shield of their
Also
own.
my dogs.
Actually, I'm just dodging the real issue, Captain. Your agenda really has only one item. Destroy the Irkwan hierarchy.
I'm on it, Talana, jeez.
I'm not sure, but I know you can't take them head on, even with that amazing ship of yours. You will have to find their weak spot, and then strike it with everything you've got.
You need to stop abusing Billy. Billy. So I didn't make Billy originally, but I've always been a big Billy fan. And for a long time, I was talking about the Chainsaw Brothers update, where we would take one update to nail the problems with both Leatherface and Hillbilly. And I can't really get into it too much, but what ended up coming out during the Chainsaw update, I didn't really work on it, and I'm not a big fan of it. What's new?
We've been intercepting a concentration of hierarchy broadcasts, but we cannot translate their content. They all appear to be originating from the direction of the Horologi constellation.
Well, that's probably where the Sumatra is.
Goodbye, my human.
So if you're wondering why she likes me so much, the deal with the Siren is that they have been floating around in space for a long time because they lost their homeworld. This is another thing that Mass Effect ripped off. So the Siren were floating around in their little space armada for a very long time, and their planet didn't just... they didn't just get chased off their planet. Their planet died. It went all volcano mode, and there were most of the species died, and they couldn't live on it anymore. When they lost the war 20 years ago, they got the same standard choice from the Irkwan, right, to become battle thralls or to put down their weapons and be encased under a slave shield on their homeworld, but they had no homeworld. And in a really interesting twist, which I think humanizes the Irkwan somewhat, they say, okay, that's fine, we'll find you a new homeworld that satisfies what you guys need, which is exactly what the Cyrene had been looking for so long. So the Irkwan find them this planet over here in Betelgeuse, which is not their homeworld, but it was found for them, and let them settle down there to be enslaved. So that's kind of like an interesting little different side to the Irkwan that we hadn't seen before. Only, of course, we get deep into the plot, and we find out that when they got, when they were chased off their homeworld because it exploded, it wasn't for no reason, it wasn't a natural disaster, it was actually the effects of the Mycon doing the Mycon thing. The Mycon fungal terraformer aliens, who are basically like Lavos from Chrono Trigger. And a Mycon deep child had become embedded under the crust of the Cyrene homeworld and eventually destroyed it when it hatched. Once we prove that to the Cyrene, they get real angry and decide that they're going to help you fight the Mycons and then eventually the Irkwan and all that jazz. That's the story. So who else do we want to say hello/goodbye to before we wrap things up? Probably the Zokfot. We're probably going to be dodging ships. I would prefer not to get into a shooting war with Irkwan unnecessarily. Oh yeah, and most of the male Cyrene died because they were down the planet, and the only ones who survived were the Cyrene Space Force, who were like mostly women for some reason. I don't remember the details there. It's because they wanted like a stereotypical space lady race who were going to be really into you. A little tacky. I think we would handle it differently these days. The assumption is that the player is a straight guy who wants a space girlfriend.
Welcome back to our world.
Hey,
yeah,
it's the Zokfot pick.
Back to our world. I just said that. So, it doesn't mean I can't say it too.
Big titty alien GF.
That's
Yeah.
not fair. Sorry, that's just the way it is. Well, why? That doesn't make sense. Look, don't ask me. I think it's something technical. Yeah, right. I'm so sure. What a lame excuse.
A reasonable assumption in 92? I mean, sure, I guess, but I would have liked there to also be like a hot himbo race or something, for those so inclined. So what's happening around here?
Although this may not pertain to the Irkwan, we have received an interesting report from one of our deep space scouts.
She found a
What's up, Mr. X?
door thing embedded in the surface of an alien planet.
Metal door
Although
thing.
She and her crew spent many days trying to open the door.
They failed utterly to so much as budget.
The reported location of this alien artifact is Epsilon Camelopardalis 1A.
Go open it. I bet there's something cool inside.
Epsilon Camelopardalis. That's where the Cyrene fleet is. You have to sort of hunt down the Cyrene's fleet. The Irkwan buried the ship somewhere because waste not, want not, I guess. So if I were still looking for the Cyrene's ships, that would have told me where they were. The Androsynth. Oh, yeah! Yeah, the race of gay robots. It's too bad we didn't get to see them in this game. I would have liked to hang out with the Androsynth. Well, Arda, the Irkwan are supposed to check up on all of the slave-shielded worlds on a regular basis. And the only reason they stopped is because they got caught up in their war with the Korra again. When you show up at the beginning of the game, at your starbase, Commander Hayes is like, "Oh, thank God you're finally here. The resupply ship is 3 years late. We're all about to die." So they're supposed to keep regular tabs on the enslaved races.
Our scouts have witnessed an exciting event in the Horologai star system.
That's where I'm gonna go.
Big news! 2 alien races have entered that region of space from the forward direction.
One of the races look like big talking me, and the other wears a funny mask.
And they are attacking our enemies.
Yeah, it's the Suppox and the Utwig.
Our enemies anyway.
Yes,
We got
the
it, we
new
got it,
aliens
babe. Isn't
seem
it
to be
sick?
confining their hostilities to the sinister
Our scouts
Korra.
have witnessed
Actually,
an
that's
exciting
good
event.
news.
By focusing
Yo,
on
Imbecilicus!
who have been winning
Thank you so much for the
gold
15 months.
They've been plastering the Irkwan.
The balance of power
We're,
has been equalized somewhat.
But the
We're gonna wrap up this game
probably
in the next
win.
few minutes.
But we estimate that the efforts of these new alien races has delayed the Korra's eventual victory by 9 to 12 months.
Still, it's better than nothing.
So you're probably wondering, what's the deal with delaying them for 9 to 12 months? Well, check out the clock. I mean, whatever. It says April 10th, 2158. That matters. You know, time progresses in this game. And if the time gets too late, the Korra will actually win against the Irkwan. And they will start obliterating all the other species in the galaxy, starting with these delightful little guys. They can wipe out every other species you can talk to. Except, I guess, the Tremor. I don't think they destroy the Tremor. From what I understand, it's always still possible to destroy the Sumatra and win the game, but it can be a real sad ending when all your friends are dead. Bye, Zoc. Bye, Fought.
Goodbye,
Bye, Pick.
Captain.
See ya.
The Suppox circle and the Utwig circle just shrank a little bit, which is sad. They seem to be centered on 2 specific stars, Antares and Gamma Horologii. Oddly enough, the space map that I'm using doesn't have the location of the Sumatra listed. It's got everything else. No, wait, it does. It's just that they're not. It's not in the Horology system. I guess they only mentioned it because the Utwig are fighting there. So I want to go and talk to the Utwig and the Suppox one more time before I finish the game. But should I go and like bug them in the middle of their battle, or should I maybe go talk to them at their homeworlds? I'm gonna go for a homeworld visit. One last visit to the Utwig homeworld. Then the final battle. That's a good point, Arda. They're kind of under the assumption that they'll never be too busy to check all of the slave-shielded planets. Overthinking as a historian? Is that what you do? That's me.
A grand celebration is in order. We prepare now for the festivities. Many will bow before you and offer their profuse thanks. Proceed now to our main spaceport and then on to the parade. The 2-week celebration of great thanks will begin. Joy? What? You're too busy?
You're too busy.
Another time.
So, how about the engagement with the Koran, the Irkwan?
Even as I speak.
Even now, brave Utwig and noble Supa. Sorry.
Against the merciless arsenal of the Koran. We continue to refine our tactics. Alas, the Koran are winning their war with the Irkwan. We grow uncomfortable with the success that the Koran are currently enjoying. So we fight only the Koran in hopes of weakening their stand against the Irkwan. The Irkwan complicate matters by
This fucking guy's delivery.
with fusion
So
bolts.
good.
Thus, we have made it a policy to avoid Irkwan ships whenever possible.
History and international relations. Nice. Is there like an area of expertise in particular by any chance? I know, right? They're so good.
Acclimate to the great power of the Ultron, but are overwhelmed with the resources that the Ultron offers. In effect, we have grown rusty in its use.
Maybe it never did anything at all.
To regain our proficiency, we will be able to accommodate all your requests.
What course of action does the Ultron, your powerful attribute amplifier, recommend for us now?
The prognosticating harmonics of the Ultron
Diplomacy.
reveal a truth.
Like the board game.
We, Utwig, have done all that can be done to aid you. Our tasks must now be confined to directing the many channels of causation. Feel confident that we are using the Ultron to this end.
So, how am I supposed to know where the Sumatra is at this point? Because the Zokfod only told me about stuff going down in the Horologii sector, which is just the fact that the Utwig are fighting there. It's not that the Sumatra is there. I've heard of Secret Hitler, never played it though. So I guess I'm gonna cheat because like I know where it is, but I don't know if I'm supposed to know where it is yet.
You ask a question that I hesitate to answer. You see, normally at this point, I would don the mask of rampant jubilation and jumping with ecstatic glee. This mask is seldom worn, for few events merit its complexity. Since I do not currently possess this mask, let me just say that the Ultron is everything it could ever possibly be and more.
Do we believe him?
Even now,
Or is this just cope?
Curiosity is piqued to an extreme. You wish to ask more questions. However, these questions are probably best left unasked.
That's how I'm going to end meetings these days. Well, team, you probably have more questions, but these questions may be better left unasked. Good day. Well, we acknowledge the Celestial Ultron and your assistance, and will now be on our way. Sup, Stagger? You enjoy the dev stream today? Based on the fact that it didn't say anything about Billy, I'm gonna guess not.
We are, as yet, deficient operators of this grand device. We will, however, make a best attempt.
Did Chimera do give the star at one point? Oh, okay. I guess I missed the pointers that were given to that star system up until this point. Because it's in the crater. No, you're right. I think there were some... No, you're right. There were some earlier pointers. Earlier in the game, they mentioned something about how like the conflict seems to be centered around the Craterus constellation. Definitely. BT becoming base kit? Now, it was not confirmed that BT was becoming base kit. It's just that Patrick was asked whether Decisive Strike and or Borrowed Time would become base kit in the future, and he looked straight into the camera and said that Decisive Strike would not become base kit. That could mean anything. Plan going to that NFT restaurant? What the fuck? Does every meal come with an NFT proving that you ate that meal or something? Yo, you like my hexagon profile picture? I got it for free 99. All right. We're doing it. It's time for the final battle. I'm just gonna guess that it's in Delta Craterus. Just, you know. Just a guess. Random guess. Well now. That seems like a little bit too much Irkwan for one poor little ship to deal with. Luckily, it's time to unleash the talking pet.
I sense the presence of my ancient slaves. It is time, Captain.
What now, Danyari?
Oh gosh, gee, I don't know. Let's just sit here and talk a while and ignore those thousands of dreadnoughts that are gonna cream us in a few seconds.
I'm scared, Danyari. What if this doesn't work?
I'm scared, Denari. What if it doesn't work? My species have waited 200 centuries for this moment, so stop blubbering. Let's get to work.
Employ your powers. Confuse the Irkwan.
Okay, now, whatever you do, once I've started, don't leave the star system. We've only got one chance at this. Let's make it good. Here I go. Oh.
What the fuck sound did you just make? Alright, let's go. Alright, 6 dreadnoughts, let's do it.
There is something wrong here. Something which makes my sheath retract and my talons ooze.
I hate it when that happens.
I sense the ugliness of 1,000 evil thoughts. And I have located the source of these fetid emanations. They come from aboard your vessel. Foolish renegade human, why have you come here? All that you have found is your inevitable punishment. You may not approach the ancient Sumatra, the symbol of Irkwan dominance. Your presence here is further violation of the slave laws, which your species have already violated so flagrantly.
Yeah, I'm done with that shit.
We cannot tolerate such insubordination. Your species' penalty shall be annihilation.
Such a badass, though. Thrash time. Pew pew. Yes, they're now aware that Earth is in violation. So if we fuck up now, Earth is cooked. Ooh, so close. Oh shit. That was a little bit close. Come on. Yeah. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. Hmm. The cheese is real. The cheese... Oh, shit. The cheese doesn't work quite so well on these guys. I mean, it still works pretty well. Oh, shit. You're right. I didn't come here just to cheese everything. Time to do some ootwig. Yeah! Hell yeah! Ootwig time! Okay, why does he have energy for so many shots? That's bullshit. Fuck. Not the best ootwigging. Gotta get the timing down better, yeah. I'm gonna get Captain Whiffy out here. Oh shit, no, I got way too close. The Spathy, cowardly space mollusks. We can't talk to them anymore by this point in the game, but I still have a couple of Spathy ships. I hit myself with my own tracking torpedo. So this torpedo is called a BUTT, a backwards utilized tracking torpedo, or a butt. And yes, it does make farting sounds when you shoot it. This is honestly super fun. Dodging stuff, shooting butts. Yeah, it's really fun to play against the computer with it, because the computer is not great at fighting against it, and they'll just follow you and do what you want them to do. But yeah, like my buddy's pointing out, it is pretty miserable in player versus player. There are actually a couple of ships that just want you to chase them so they can like shoot crap at you while you chase them, which is great for versus AI, but it does make for some miserable matchups in person. Ah, shit. Uh-oh. You can also use the Spathy front cannon to shoot down the fighters if you want. Thing is, like, unless the enemy ship is flying towards you, the butt has a pretty limited range. Oh dear. And that asteroid actually just saved my bacon. A couple more butts will do it. Ah. Rest in peace, Captain Whiffy. I kinda wanna try the Druge. I haven't played Druge at all lately. And he doesn't have enough energy to shoot fighters at me, so. Dope. Line him up. Ah, you bitch. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh no. I had to sacrifice a crew. Oh boy. It's not looking good. Well, we got one really sweet shot off with the Druge before they died, so good enough, I guess. Alright. Let's try with the Utwig again. Ugh. Come on, with the good stuff. Embarrassing. A shame. Learn to play, noob. Onyx, people have been saying that about Dead by Daylight since it first came out.
Greetings, human friend.
Oh!
We know you're about to be attacking a Samatra and probably don't like being interrupted, but we have important news.
Yes!
The rebellion is won.
Yes!
We are victorious.
Freedom!
The Veep Neep Harpy Queen and her cronies from the high perch. And better yet, we have found a new queen. A queen who will unite the clans in peace and harmony as never before. You will never guess who it is, Captain. A Pekunk, yeah!
A Pekunk!
True. They survived their absorption into our culture and are now providing us with insights into ourselves we never dreamed of.
The Ahata getting some therapy.
Birds of prey. We were fooling ourselves. Our new queen's name is Breaky Gardy the First, and her first command was to rush here and bring you these ships. Yehat Terminators and Pekunk Furies. No, Captain, together we can attack.
Hell yeah. The birds are back in town. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, it's us against this creepy looking thing.
Okay, human. You made it past Sumatra's guards, and now you can attack the vessel itself. So listen closely. The Sumatra is protected by a thick shell of fused asteroids reinforced with a weak stasis field. You'll never break through that. The only opening through the asteroid shield is covered with a powerful force screen. One touch of that screen, you're history, Captain. To destroy the Sumatra, you'll have to destroy the shield generators embedded in the asteroid shell.
Yeah,
The force
okay.
screen, you'll have to destroy all 8 of them. When the screen is down, bring in your flagship, move into the asteroid shell, and then press the big red button on your controls.
I have one of those.
Detonation sequence. Your escape pod will eject automatically. Just hope you're far enough away before that ship blows. Okay, human, this is it. The last battle. Your final moment of
I like how I get the final pep talk from the fucking Dinyari.
in case you're wondering, I'm not going with you, Captain. I'm staying on board. Why, you ask? Because I'm locked in here, dude.
Fuck, I love this guy. Alright. So, let's take a Yehad out. Ow. Okay, this thing really pushes you around. But it doesn't deal you damage. Interesting. Well, I took one of them down. Try that again. Getting the hang of it. Push me where I want to go. Come on. Oh, wait. They do 1 point of damage. One sec. It's going to be a battle of attrition. Actually, I have one ship that I know is really good at this, and I'm just I'm holding on to it for reserve. It's not this one, but this one's probably going to be pretty good at this. Why do I even say things? What's the point? What's the point? Oh, snap! Ooh. Ooh. Let's try that again. Let me in! Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. God damn it. Alright, let's do it.
Fool, idiot, jerk, wimp, baby.
This is truly the ship that you want. This is the Pekunk. It can fly faster than the meteors, and it can shoot sideways.
Baby, wimp, baby, moron, wimp, fool, moron, worm, wimp, moron, wimp, fool, jerk, loser, moron, idiot, stupid, jerk, fool, dodo, wimp.
Don't mind the insults. That's how the Pekunk recharges its energy.
Stupid, wit, worm, dodo, dummy, dodo,
Oh, fuck.
stupid, loser, worm,
Alright, come on. Keep it up, Poppy.
wit, baby,
Oops.
dummy, loser, worm, wit, jerk, fool, worm, dodo, stupid, fool, idiot, jerk, moron, jerk, stupid, worm, moron, loser, wimp, fool, dummy, loser, fool, dodo, wimp, idiot, loser, fool, wimp, moron, wimp, worm, dodo, moron.
Alright, doing good, doing good.
Loser, moron, jerk, worm, stupid, worm, loser, moron, jerk, wimp, worm, idiot, fool, stupid, jerk, wimp, idiot, worm, loser, stupid, fool, dummy, worm, jerk, dummy, moron, twit, fool, loser, stupid, loser, idiot, jerk, moron, loser, idiot, dodo, fool, twit, loser,
That's an interesting interpretation, Wibble.
loser,
Seeing as these guys are supposed to be the, like, friendly, spiritual race.
moron,
Alright, alright, alright.
dodo, loser, baby.
Let's go! That's bad. Lol, why didn't you shoot the fireballs? Yeah, yeah. Probably should have done that, yeah. Yeah. Well, let's go again. They say so themselves if you ask the Rathenow? Huh. Alright. Oh, I see. That makes sense.
I said.
Yes.
Okay, now.
Go, go, go. Save the game. One 1v1 me at the Sumatra.
There is something safe.
Let's fight. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. Very good AI. Excellent. I don't think I blocked it in time. Ow. Thrash time. Launch fighters into my ass, sir. I took a hit. This is the cheesiest ship in the game. This one right here. Ah. This is where I take the Druge out just for fun. Even though it's not great here. He's got a big gun. Stupid. This guy needs a better turning, right? Shit. Ah, whiffy. Uh-oh. Hell yeah.
Greetings, human.
All right, the birds are here. Thank you.
Okay, human. You made it past the
Yep.
sniper's
Yep.
guards.
Yep. Thank you. I know what to do. I'll try to practice a little bit more with the AHOT. Try to get a little bit better at shooting the enemy shit down. Did you play this game as a kid? No, I only played it when it was re-released here as the Irkwan Masters. Shooting the fireballs doesn't seem to be a particularly effective strat. Woodstock? Whoa. I bet you could do some damage with a throw dash. Is the Utwig a good ship for this? This is real frustrating. Twitter?
Baby, loser, twit, moron, dummy, fool, jerk, baby, moron, twit, loser, worm, twit, baby, loser, dodo, worm, wimp, dummy, worm, dodo, fool, wimp.
This really is like Twitter.
Dodo, idiot, stupid, wimp, twit, moron, stupid, fool,
baby, Cupid, Dodo, stupid, moron, Dodo.
Did I think Sky Billy was cool? You mean like Space Billy? He who launched himself into the heavens? Yeah, it was the best thing ever. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Yes! So that's why we love the Pekunk. They can spontaneously resurrect.
Twit, moron, baby, moron, baby.
Can I get a confirmation? Oh, shit. Ooh, shit. Can I get a confirmation on whether shooting those fireballs does actually despawn them? Because it seems like you can shoot the green things. But I'm not convinced that shooting the fireballs actually despawns them.
Twit, worm, baby, loser, twit, stupid, twit, dummy, fool, win.
Bad news. We needed that. Okay, you know, it seems like enough shit. It seems like enough damage does despawn them. Guys, are we hosed? Are we totally fucked? Are we boned? Okay, so you're supposed to deke them, I guess, is how my friend would put it. You're supposed to dodge. They're like Androsynth, right? They actually don't turn super well. We're so fucked. Except you can't dodge them if you're getting drowned in balls. Oh my god. Try Civilization for a change. I've been playing a lot of Stellaris lately.
There is something that will kill you.
Great timing. I never played the Total War Warhammer, but I hear it's good. Gone to a war with your Federation member? Aren't you not supposed to do that? Ooh, who put that planet there? Hmm. I'm starting to get a wrist cramp. Do spathy butts track onto the shield generators? Oh, who keeps putting planets in my way? Uh-oh. We're good. Do you hat and Pekunk fill all your empty vehicle slots? Well, I won't have enough if I don't actually start sacrificing these dudes, so that's a good point. Who has 1 health? I think I left a dude with 1 health here. No, he did? No, he's useless. I warped him out. He's a waste. He's a waste of space. Alright, I should get all my lesser ships dead. Those who shan't be useful for the... You know what? Druge may actually be useful. What do we think? Because Druge can go real fast. Waste of a Druge. Let's make some more empty slots, for sure. I think there's a limit to how many Yehat and Pekunk will show. But let's find out what it is. Ow! What's up, Jing Jing? Oh yeah? Who will win, fighters or space marines? We're having a little bit of difficulty with the final battle of Star Control 2. And by little, I mean a lot. It's harder than I remember. Rough. Ootwig are probably great for Systematra? I thought so. But I was having trouble with that. Got fried. We're gonna find out just how many reinforcements the birds give us. Why didn't I block? Forgot to block. Birds, right? Birds.
Greetings, human friends. Are we hunting?
Okay, more birds. The secret was to lose more dudes.
Okay, human. You make
So they gave me 3 of each this time. Ocky birdie.
Stupid, jerk, moron, dummy, worm, idiot. Dodo, worm, dummy, loser, stupid, fool. Wimp, stupid, baby. Stupid, wit, baby. Worm, stupid, worm. Loser, baby. Worm, moron. Idiot, moron, loser, dodo, worm. Stupid, wimp. Stupid, loser, stupid, baby, jerk. Worm, stupid, wit, loser, moron, dummy, baby, worm, dodo, idiot, worm, dodo, jerk.
If only there's a way to save, like,
Idiot, worm, wit, worm,
right in the middle here.
wimp, dodo, wit, moron, dummy, loser, idiot, loser, wimp, moron, loser, stupid, worm, wimp, jerk, idiot, dodo, idiot, moron, stupid, wit, fool, wit, baby, worm, loser, stupid, dodo, dummy, wimp, moron, loser, jerk,
Alright.
baby,
Alright, so far so good.
stupid, wimp, dodo, wimp,
I'm pretty confident that with 3 Pakunk,
worm, fool, idiot,
I can take the shields out.
wit, moron,
What I'm less confident about is being able to drive the mothership in there.
dummy, baby, wit, stupid, wimp,
Maybe I was wrong,
dummy,
and I should have loaded up with crew after all.
baby, idiot, worm,
Just extra crew and just tank the hits.
fool, moron, dummy, dodo, jerk, loser, dummy, moron, baby, stupid, fool, twit, baby, wimp, worm, twit, worm, loser,
Blast the meteors before mothership goes in. Ah, smart. Super smart.
dummy, loser, moron, dummy, twit, jerk,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
idiot, fool,
With Shofixty? Nah, I wasted my Shofixty.
jerk, dummy, dodo, fool, dummy, dodo, loser, worm, wimp,
That would have been smart, though.
worm, idiot, dodo, loser, baby, loser, dodo, worm, idiot, wimp, jerk, idiot, twit,
How are you supposed to do this without Pakunk?
worm, jerk, twit, baby, idiot, baby, jerk, idiot, stupid, baby, jerk, worm, baby, fool, moron, baby, idiot, jerk, fool, loser, dummy, jerk, worm, moron, wimp, fool,
You're supposed to do it with Pakunk?
worm,
Yeah.
loser,
But
fool,
what if you
dodo,
try to do this without bringing the Shofixty
stupid,
back to the AHUD? Like, it won't work.
baby, stupid, dummy, stupid, dodo, fool, stupid, wimp, loser, stupid, moron, wimp,
What working for behavior? I mean, people don't often ask me too much about what it was like working there. But when they do, my answer is usually the same. I mean, I had a really good time working there. And like, well, I don't have that many studios to compare it to. I feel like they really cared about the people working there. I felt very well taken care of. And cared about. Alright. Let's do it. No, 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 no. Yes! 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 Kaboom. When I awoke, there was an angel floating above me. I knew I was dead. But if one has to die, I thought to myself, this was definitely the right way to be dead. Oh yeah! It was about that time I heard Talana's voice, telling me to stop babbling and listen for a moment. She told me the escape pod had almost been torn in half. I'd been unconscious for over 3 weeks. Oh, this song's awesome. My crew and I had succeeded in our mission. The force of the explosion, amplified by the Tremor crystals, had been sufficient to vaporize the Sumatra. Following the destruction of the Sumatra battle platform, fleets of the Irkwan and the Korra had fallen into chaos and had been vanquished by Tremor forces and allied starships. Then Talana told me to sit up. She said there was something she thought I'd like to see. Where is this going? I pulled myself up and looked around. I was in the sickbay of Starbase, looking out over Earth. Beneath me throbbed the sick red glow of the Irkwan slave shield. Talana smiled and said that for the past few days, the Tremor had been working on lowering the shield. That it should be neutralized right about now. Yay! The Earth is free. With a flare of incandescent light, the slave shield vanished. And for the first time in my life, I saw the true colors of Earth. Believe it, Jingjing. Blues and greens in 1,000 different shades. As we watched, we could see the first signs of ships coming up from Earth. They lifted from the planet's surface to join us in space. The destiny of mankind had been delayed for over 20 years. But now our world was free, and nothing could stop us. I stayed in that hospital for almost a month. But that day, I watched the shield fall and beautiful Talana stood at my side. I'll never forget that day, not for the rest of my life. And that's how I met your mother. But grandfather, then what happened? Yeah, how'd you get home? How long did it take before you and grandma finally got married? That's my kid voice. No, I didn't voice Dwight. Oh, well, we intended to come right home. We got a little sidetracked. Talana and I didn't make it back here to Unzervalt until almost 5 years later. I should have been doing my old man voice the whole time. But grandfather, what happened? Where did you go? And how'd you find the Mark II? The what? That, my children, is an entirely different story. Maybe that's the story of Star Control 3, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. I never played Star Control 3. And there you have it. That was Star Control 2. The Irkwan Masters. One of my all-time favorites. Maybe not a perfect game. I have a few quibbles here and there. The strengths really outweigh any criticisms that I could possibly have, and I highly recommend that anyone who found that even a little bit interesting should forget the ending and go look up the Irkwan Masters and download this for free and give it a shot. It's a heck of a lot of fun, and I'm going to try one of these days to get the online Super Melee working for me, and maybe we can play some matches. So yeah. That's it. So thanks a lot for those who stuck around and watched it. I'm going to put this up as a VOD. This is part 10. And thank you for joining, Arda, and everyone else. I'm going to put these all up probably on YouTube. I think that's what I'm going to do with my YouTube channel now. I'm going to break up these games and post them there. I don't think anyone will watch them. The market for Let's Plays is pretty bare, let alone Let's Plays that are just unedited streams. But that's fine. I don't give a shit. I'm going to post these on YouTube, and you guys can watch them there if you want. And yeah, so that's it. I'll be back on Tuesday with some Dead by Daylight. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up, get some sleep. Let's do a little raid as we leave. I do appreciate all the fun gags that happened during the credits, but I got some stuff to do, so I'm going to take... Am I going to do the retro game after this? After this, I'm going to do a not-so-retro game called Little Nightmares 2, which should be pretty cool. And I think after that, I will then get into another old game. I haven't decided which one just yet. Dooba-dooba-doo. Let's do a DBD raid. This fucking Third Ash guy. Alright, thank you all so much. It's been a great night. I really appreciate everything. Everyone stopping by and chatting and supporting me in all the various ways that you guys do. It means a lot to me. I hang out in my Discord a lot, probably more than I should. So if you want to chat with me there, please feel free. !Discord will give you a link. I'm on Twitter if you like dad jokes and crap and complaining about NFTs. And good night, everyone. See you later.